Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Nico Menko. I'm actually a professional photographer, and it's actually my first video I'm actually making today. So I hope everybody like it. We actually not want to talk about photography. We actually want to talk about editing and setting up in Adobe Photoshop, CC. If you already familiar with Photoshop, you might be interested to learn something new. We're talking about how to make a snow effect. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to use a brush tool and how to work with curves and to work on white balance of the image. And if those things interested, I think this video is actually good for you. And I think any photographer who actually trying to make the pictures pumping and working on engagement on the Instagram page, that's actually very useful knowledge. And I think every photographer these days should use editing programs to make better images. And I'm gonna show you how it's actually gonna work. Okay? So I hope everybody ready. If you need some notes, write it out. But the good thing about video, you can always go back if anything you need to. Alright? So I want to show you, this is our model, and we took the picture on Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago. It was a snow day, actually it was 30 Fahrenheit that time. And I'm not sure, it was like 0 Celsius or something. Yes, so it was freezing, and the model was actually wearing a dress for this time, so she was very brave. But fortunately, we didn't have any snow this time, and we cannot have some. Well, the good news, we can always edit in Photoshop. So how we actually gonna do it, we're gonna show you. So this is our picture before, and this is how it's gonna look after. All right. So looks cool. What do you think, guys? And you can see differently. Effect makes a huge difference. So how are we gonna make this picture? All right. So first of all, let's go to our brush tool. Okay, let's create a new layer. And if you don't have any brush tool, like this one right here, okay, you can always go to Window, and you can always find brushes, and you always actually give you that option of brushes as well. Now, while we're going to talk about brushes specifically, you can see I already have so many options of brushes, and some of them you can actually make them, okay? But we're not going to do making, it's going to be probably a separate video. Okay, so we want to make this as quick as possible. So let's grab our brush tool, usually press B. Alright, so you can see I have, for example, my signature on the brush tool, and that's actually really convenient. Maybe I teach you one, guys, how to do it. Okay, so let's go to our regular stuff from brush one. Okay, why usually like this one? Because itself, it looks very nice, similar to a snow effect. Alright, so something most people maybe didn't notice, you have those options. Shape dynamic, scattering, I don't know if the that's correctly though. So when you actually see those ones, you have those options. You can actually separate your brush, and that's actually going to be what we're going to use right now. So we're going to create our brush settings and see how does it going to help us. So let's say sizes, minimize the meter. Let's do like this a little bit. Okay. You can always do what I want. It's gonna make them random, so I think it's gonna make cool, more realistically than just all the same. Okay, I think so, right? Okay, and let's see what we have here. So you can just play around, see which one you like so far. And texture, if I'm not sure I want the texture though, but let's see. I think without a texture looks better. No? Let's try to do texture. I think I can work with a texture. Okay, so we have our brush. Let's see how it look. Alright, we get in there someplace. What I will actually go a little bit more far away. And I think I will little bit rotate it. And let's put it like that. Alright, so let's try a test. Okay, looks cool, right? I think a little bit too much, right? And minimize it. Oh, I think opposite. Let's make it more. think let me check it out next time. Nah, still not. Okay, but let's minimize it. Alright, I think I like it better like this. Okay, so how we're gonna make it? We're gonna work with layers, and layers are gonna help us to make it look more dynamically. Okay, so if you look at the perspective of lens, when we see objects close to us, they're gonna be look bigger, but objects that are far away from us, they're gonna look much more smaller. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna create firstly a bigger size brush and make a bigger with snow. We're gonna create another layer. We're gonna get sizes, minimize it to I say maybe about 50% of it. So let's do 500 megapixels because we use 10,000 before. So we're gonna do another one. Okay. Now we're gonna do another layer and we're gonna minimize this one to let's say 200 megapixels. Right? Something like very small, like this, and like this. Okay, a little bit. Okay, I know it doesn't look like snow effect at all. Okay, so what we're gonna do first, let me just cover those last two layers. Let's go with a big one. So, how are we gonna actually make it look realistically? Now, snow, it's always falling down, so you can understand it's on a movement. So let's go to our filters, blur, and we're gonna do motion blur. Alright? So if anybody used motion blur before, it's a very cool effect. You can see how basically the snow got blurry. Let's let's move it like and let's put it like going from up, falling down a little bit. Now it looks a little bit closer, right? You can see a little bit. It starts getting there. It starts to get look very nice over there too. Alright? So let's say you save it and then what basically is gonna happen majority of the time, like, I don't like it. And how we gonna make it look nice? So most of you, if you ever know, you wanna create a smart object, okay? And how we gonna make it a smart object? Convert to smart object. There you go. So you always wanna work with smart object because it always helps you with filterizing. So let's go to blur and we're gonna go motion blur. And let's say I did it like this, the way we always before setting. Let's say I save it okay. And let's say I didn't like it, I can always go here back and push it back on the smart mask, and I can always adjust it the way I want it. Okay, sorry, I just want to motion blur. There you go. So I can always go and adjust it the way I wanted before, in case I change my mind. So you won't have to work hard. Okay, now we're gonna work smart. Second of all, we did our first one. Okay, next we're gonna do the same thing. Okay, absolutely same thing. Filter, blur, let's do motion blur, and this time I'll do less because they're very small. Okay, I'll go like this a little bit. I think it's good. Okay, let's save it, and let's go to our last one. Filter, oh, no, filter, blur, and motion blur. All right, and little bit. All right, now we got it. Okay, so but this time, if you see, I didn't do smart object. But again, because I already did it, I know what I'm doing. But if you do it yourself, I'll very recommend always convert to smart object. It helps a lot to control your mistakes and everything. You can always repeat it, go back, so you won't have to do it over again. Okay? So it doesn't look like it's very perfect. Pretty much it covers a lot of our model. So usually what I do, I just group it all together in a folder, okay, to make it group. Let's call it snow, okay. And what we're gonna do here right now, okay, we're gonna work on opacity a little bit. Let's do opacity, less after a little bit, not too much, okay. Now let's do work with mask. Let's put a mask layer on top of it. And if anybody know work with mask, they're very easy and they're very easy to delete stuff and if you're using feedback, it's basically work with black and white. Okay. And if anybody wanna know how to work with mask, I'm probably gonna make a different tutorial about it. But if you already know, it's gonna save you some time. So what basically do, we have a white layer mask, so we're going to put black, okay, and I put a little bit less opacity, okay, I put 71%, and just let's see how cover of her face, rest chest of your body. So not all of it. Sometimes you want to see like it's still on her a little bit, but we want to see the whole model pretty much. Okay. Now look a little bit better, but I think we have still a little bit too much of snow on it. So let's go to the first layer we have, like the biggest snow, and I think it's the second one. Then go. Let's put less opacity on it. Very, very, very less. I think let's be like this. Okay. And I think I will put a mask on it, just on this layer, just to go over our model, so we can actually make it more clear. Alright, so let's see how it is before, and we'll top it. Okay. I think you over my plastic, so it's a little bit gentle, a little bit. I think just a few last ones we're gonna do. Okay, I think we're good, right? Well, depends on everybody. So we got the idea how to make the snow effect. Very simple, very easy. Now, what else we're missing on this picture is basically the color. So we got the snow, but we don't feel the cold. So how to present cold colors in one colors. I don't know why I have a problem to pronounce it, but so in photography, now we have a white balance. So let's take the white balance, for example, on Photoshop, and if you go to it, color balance. So blue crusade cold, yellow crusade warm colors. Okay, so if you put a little bit blue, not that much, right? Okay, so let's do a little bit greenish. It's welcome it for us. Cold colors. Oh, a little bit cyan. It will help us too a little bit to make it colder. Okay, so let's see how before and after. Looks nice, right? But sometimes the skin color as well have to be white balance. Now, to work with the skin color, we're going to go back to your white balance, and instead mid-tone, we can go to our highlights as well. Now with the highlights too, you see, it's not been adjusted before ever. We can put a little bit bluish, okay, and little bit green. And you can already start seeing it. Our object, let's go to the history so we can see before. Let's go here. So you can see how it has actually affects not only our model, it does affect the light as well. So I actually will say I will don't want to affect the light too much. So I'll go a little bit back and go back a little bit, and let's see how it looks before and after. And I think it's good. But if you want just affect just the skin, I would definitely recommend do another layer of the white balance, and this time to shift the lips. But basically, we want to make our mask over black, and then we're gonna go on the white ones, and this time I wanna make it a little bit more bluish on this one, and the highlights a little bit bluish, and on shadows as well with the bluish, and it's only gonna affect on the areas I'm gonna suggest. And what you're gonna see, our snow can become look much more frozen, and I think this is what we wanna get. Now we go. Now we can go a little bit, and that's all like about layer mask. You can always delete those areas that you don't want to hit accidentally. Sometimes you want to zoom in, small the brush, over it, those areas you want to get. Okay, let's see, before and after. So, for my opinion, it looks a little bit too much. I go a little bit less opacity. I think it will make it look much more better. There you go. And get rid of that yellowish tone of color on her skin, and it start looking more matching to what we want to create. Now, Maybe you can think it's enough a little bit of the white balance, but I can make it even more contrasty than it actually is. Let's go to our levels, okay? And levels basically works on, let's say, the histogram of your colors. Now this is shows the brightest colors and this is shows the darkest colors, okay? Kind of a little bit what we see before in the white balance, but this is works a little bit differently. So let's go a little bit to our RGB and we're going to change the blue color of the RGB. So basically we're going to pick the all blue color on our image. Now let's go for the dark part and put a little bit more yellowish, little bit. And on the white part, we're going to put a little bit more bluish. And that will make a huge difference in what we have now. And we can see our model, I think that a little bit more bluish color. Now, usually I like to go to the red and put a little bit of cyan. Cyan, very similar to blue, but it just have this magic color. Very have this magic color. I think cyan so far my favorite color for most pictures I do for my taste. Okay? Now, you might think, okay, I'm good. But what we can do, we can sharp the image to make it look much more sharper. Maybe I didn't mention that, but I might teach you something just for something maybe very, very cool. Okay, let's just close all those what we did now and just back to the way it was before. Create new layer. And for that we use Command, Option, Shift, and E. That will basically copy everything that we have right now. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go Filter, Other, do High Pass, and what basically it does, it's like between the whiteness and the darkness, you have those horizon lines, which called core. And now what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna see them right now in our image. We can make them more seen, but you don't want to make the image look like this. It looks not what you want. But it looks not what it's looking, but let's say put like a medium, let's say 8 pixels. Now, I know it doesn't what we want to get, but now over here, let's go to soft light. And what it's going to do, let me just really put it really close so we can see it really clearly. You will see all those details much more clearly. Now, I showed before and after. You can see even our face, the eyes got 4 times more clear than it used to before. And you can always put more clear if you want, but I don't think you want more, especially when I work with portraits and headshots. You don't want to go over much on the face and the skin. You just want to make it look softer as possible. Alright, and just want to bring all our colors, the white balance, and of course our snow effect. Okay, and I think that's all our image. So tell me what do you think. And guys, please let me know if you like this video and if you want me to learn more about photography, about editing, if you think you don't know some stuff, please let me know so I can create more videos like that. That actually help me uh, to get more people, to reach more people. And, and I hope this video teach you a lot. And we're here to learn photography and editing. We all come here to one point to learn from each other, to create amazing things with our skills we can get. And I think that a little bit of this help can help everybody to achieve great things. And I really hope to see everybody learning from me or some of this video and actually hoping you will get much more better photography skills and we can see well, one of your works out there and I'll be like, oh, that's something I teach this guy. Alright guys, you have a wonderful day and thank you. And if you want to, hashtag me on Instagram, Nico Menko Photography, and plus you can actually go to my website, subscribe on my website as well too. And we're gonna make this video the first as a video one. And alright, so bye guys.